Drive on Lugnutz. Enjoy the show.
It's like a fucking Cadillac how many buttons I got over here. Well, push one of those buttons to get this thing started, because 'tis none other than us, gearheads, the Lugnutz podcast. Recorded March, today, it's still March, 2025, Mach 4, Mazda 3, Citroen, a Kia lawsuit, and much more of this week's Lugnutz. Thank you for joining us.
Enjoy the show. Drive on Lugnutz.
I want you to drive on over here, facebook.com/Lugnutz podcast. That's where you're going to find all of our latest luggy and nutty polished content coming to you ever so slightly behind. We also want you to go over to our main sister website of pjandwh.com. Coming soon is a brand new podcast, sex ed and everything in between, coming from Jillian McCullough and Brianna, my actress playing Alicia on the Time Capsule. So we got new podcast coming up, and this next story.
Ford. A lot of big plans over at Ford. They have trademarked the Mach 4.
Okay.
So maybe they're going to do a Mach 4. This is just speculation. Potential four-door version also of the Mustang. I think there might be photos below.
Because that would be cool. Hey, there we go.
So renewed interest. They surfaced. These rumors surfaced in 2018, where they showed dealers a concept art, which probably looked like this.
Yes.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Kind of looks Mustang, but
Well, especially with the kind of almost like a reminiscent of like a half door behind
yeah,
the driver.
yeah, it doesn't take away from the shape.
You can still have a spacious back seat back here as long as you dip down into the rockers, like all the Germans do, really. So you can have a real spacious back, but you're really not worried about that in the Mustang. So
Yeah, and that lower portion here, that's all seat anyway. So you
oh yeah, So I mean, but they're popular models. I mean, why not?
that goes to what they're competing against. The Charger with the four-door. Where's the Challenger? Charger has the four doors. Charger has the four doors. They're trying to compete with that. Jim Farley said they just couldn't. CEO of Ford said they just couldn't make it happen last year. Rumors of a Raptor supercar, which could be the Mach 4.
Okay. I mean, why not put out a Mach 4? If the fans want it.
I think the four-door version of the Mustang will be rather popular. I mean, it's a car.
Yeah.
And it'll look pretty good.
Yeah,
Probably like this, except a little longer with the...
I remember Mustangs, always having that four-door option. You had the cool kid with the, with the two-door, but the four-door, I remember seeing...
What, a Mustang? No, I don't ever remember a four-door.
Yeah, there were, especially in the 90s version, I'm pretty sure there was another four-door. Oh, the 80s, the fastback.
I'm not
Everyone wants to read that one, but...
Well,
why not?
They're competing with the Charger. The upcoming Charger will be all-electric model with 456 horsepower. With the Scat Pack, 590 horsepower. Gasoline-powered six-pack with 420 horsepower with the twin-turbo 3-liter Hurricane i6.
Okay.
That's the competition. Good luck.
They got a lot to, catch up to.
They do. And when they're catching up, they might not want to get one of these. They might not want to get a recall. This is for GM recalls Cadillac and Chevy's 2019-2020 Cadillac CT6, 2020 to 2021 CT4, 5, 20 to 22 Camaro equipped with a 10-speed transmission.
So
may
nothing
become
popular.
damaged and the front wheels could lock.
Okay, so that could be a potential bad day.
115 bad days so far. 115 field reports with 1 accident. So you're going to want to
I mean,
get it over there.
Oh, yeah, you want to get that right over. But odds-wise, that's not bad. Only 1 accident?
1 serious accident.
But only 1 out of all those?
But out of 115, that's
pretty good.
it could be better, like 0.
Well, yeah, it could
0.
be 0.
0 would be
Yeah,
better.
I mean, everyone. And you shoot for 0. Hopefully.
But we're going to shoot at this next story. Mazda. This is the Mazda 3. Mazda 3 is the cheapest sedan to start.
Yeah.
I had this, but it was in blue. Get the blue.
Blue's fantastic.
The blue's an amazing color. Every time you walk up to it, you're not going to want to stop looking at it. It's an amazing blue.
Oh, yeah.
White's
very
nice.
Very good looking car.
Too. But if you have the option, you get blue. It starts at $24,150 for the Mazda 3 2.5S sedan. One of 6 variants, so it can go all the way up. I started with the base model. The last version, I was really pleased with all the safety features. The distance driving thing that you'd see in Mercedes about 15, 20 years ago. And the lane keep assist, which I don't necessarily
Desperately.
like. And if you could please get rid of the electric parking brake, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
Could I get a lever and a button with a wire?
Man,
Just a
not
wire.
anymore.
That's what.
Not anymore.
I hate automatic lights and all sorts of stuff.
I still got a cable on mine.
It goes from naturally aspirated to a turbocharged unit. Top of the line model for a Mazda 3 is $36K. 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine, 119 horsepower. I thought I had the turbo down here as well. The turbo gets more.
Okay. I'll trust you on that one, especially with the turbo. I mean, a little four-cylinder turbo, that'll give you enough bang for your buck.
Seating for 13.2 cubic feet of cargo space.
Plenty of
And
room.
40-60 split in the back, which
Yeah.
is useful for cramming stuff.
Which I don't have, and I hate it.
Yeah, you need that 40-60. It's so useful
It
every
makes
now and then.
the sedan actually useful, because then you can fit things in your car.
In fact, it also comes in a hatchback version, which I kind of like, especially for moving stuff. Like
Oh, yeah.
one trip to get all the mulch for the yard, or
Yeah.
whatever you're going to do for your brand of whatever.
Exactly.
The same Kodo design language as the siblings, so they all kind of look the same. I'm a big fan of the small car.
It's a nice style, though.
It's great looking all round.
Oh, yeah.
The Kodo design language from its siblings loosely translate to solo of motion in Japanese.
Okay.
Oh, there's a comparison. I'm not going to be able to see that distance, so luckily I can pull it up here. Comparison of a comparison to the other models that are in its class here.
Interior pictures as well.
Have interior pictures. I like the interior. The leather,
Classy.
especially with the sunroof, moonroof, and the leather is
very nice
fantastic.
screen, and
Really opens it up.
The little touch screen thing, very intuitive. He says, "There we go." Gets it down to the Mazda 3, the Toyota Corolla, and the Honda Civic XL.
Yeah.
So all are front-wheel drive. You have the Mazda 3 at the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine.
The others have a 2-liter engine.
Yeah.
4-cylinder.
So that's where they're all right around the same amount of horsepower. You're at 191.
Mazda is usually a little bit, just a little bit
more quicker. They got more torque by a little bit of torque. It's like 156.
191, 169
186
horsepower for the Toyota, and is that a 50?
And even when you're looking at the miles per gallon, it's 27. Jesus, I'm really testing my eyes. 2735, and you know, you got 22, and so it's got a better engine, it's got more horsepower, more torque, and it's got better gas mileage than the Toyota Corolla and the Honda Civic.
Yeah.
So the Mazda 3 is just overall better.
If you really want a driver's car, Mazda's the way to go. They're really fun to drive, great responsive handling, and it's got that automatic brake thing. So when you get yours, they'll put the update in it and you won't have to go back. But I found that I need to be very gentle with the handles. That's my only complaint. But I think it's just me. But it could be the car.
Maybe. They're only plastic.
I look, the last one, I never had a problem with the handles. So maybe it's just this single model. But you got a Mazda 3. Rate us at PJANDWH, and there's a email button somewhere on there.
Absolutely.
You're smart. And because you are, you're going to stick around for this next story. Toyota is very disappointed in Nissan and Honda and Mitsubishi.
Okay.
Very, very disappointed. Mr. Toyota, Akio Toyoda, joined in 1984, so he knows the industry better than anyone. In fact, he was a CEO for decades until stepping down in 2023 to become chairman of the board.
So he turned into Frank Sinatra?
Sure.
Okay.
You know, when you're getting old, you just want to chair the board and let someone else
Let somebody else
do the lifting for a while. You've been doing all the lifting since roughly the 80s.
Yeah, so right when they came over.
So in the joint press conference that they held, Nissan and Honda, December 23rd, 2024, he said he was very disappointed. They didn't talk about the product at all. All they talked about is buzzwords. Here we go. From memorandum between Nissan and Honda was filled with buzzwords like mid-subit, whatever the hell that was, synergy, business integration, and evolving Japanese industry to a global market. Yeah.
Ugh. Tastes bad in your mouth.
Yeah. He would have probably, I also would have liked, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You gonna work on engines together? Like Toyota has an alliance with several automakers. 2024 joined forces with Mazda and Subaru to develop more efficient electric combustion engines. Okay. They have a 20% share in Subaru, a 5% share in Mazda, and a 4.9% stake in Suzuki. Oh, and 4.9% in Isuzu. I didn't know they were still around.
I didn't think they were.
I thought they just made motorcycles.
They're probably that's what they're around in.
Probably not in
and all
this
that.
country. I haven't seen one unless it was really old.
Yeah, I haven't kept an eye out for them, but you know what? They're probably going to start popping up.
Now we're going to see them everywhere. It's going to be every other car now that we've mentioned it.
Yeah.
You know how the simulation works. So he's very disappointed, and you know, when you don't have a merger and you don't actually talk about the product, you just sort of buzz.
Yeah, that means it's not looking good.
But what might look good is this next story, if you're French. This is the Citroen 2CV, inspired by the original 2CV. It looks pink.
Very.
I've never seen a more French-looking car in my entire life.
It looks so French.
Not just because of the pink, but like
I love
I think they have
the quarter panel flares over the wheels there. The wheel flares just cover that shit.
You don't see that here.
No.
I think they might have a picture of the original.
Almost a very bug round, roof to the side there, and just those headlights.
spokesman said the brand has an incredible history, and I think it appeals to lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
It does. The French.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
I mean, the French will probably eat this up. Yeah.
And other countries too, like Europe.
Oh yeah, yeah, and in Europe, yep, they're connected.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see this doing well over in Europe. I
Could you-
do not see.
Could
it
you
over
imagine
here.
they did a version, an American version, but they called it one of their other brands, like it'd be called a Dodge
Yeah.
something.
Oh, I could see them bringing this over and calling it a Dodge.
A Dodge
100% call this
a Dodge nose whistle.
You know, the Dodge whistle.
Yeah,
Dude,
the
just
Dodge
call it
whistle.
The Dodge whistle, and it'll.
You can have that one for free.
You don't want to call it the Whizzer, but if you call it the whistle, you got something there.
Future of Citroen. Citroen's range will be built around 4 pillars: the C3, the C3 Aircross, the C4, and the C5 Aircross.
You know, those are probably better names than
Yeah.
the whistle.
Whistle, yeah. Well, maybe for like, Dodge would come up with a cooler name, like
Yeah.
the Phoenix.
Oh yeah, they'll think of something a lot better. They'll focus group it. They'll
It's
focus
the
group
SUV
it,
they
they'll
had.
get it,
It was the Avenger and
yeah,
or it's an Alpha, or I can't remember the name of the other one.
No, I forget the other one. The Avenger was like the base model sedan. That was
Which
just-
is a Jeep. One of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
little Jeeps.
yeah. Oh yeah, it was all Jeep.
Not a Rubicon.
Now that I'm thinking of it, yeah. Yeah, but this would be a perfect addition to Jeep. I could see that Jeep or even Dodge.
Yeah.
I think it looks a little bit more in line with the Jeeps right here.
Yeah. It would be a different body.
Mm-hmm.
Different body. Different body, different badges, and that's it.
Yeah, but you know what? I think they could rock with this chassis. Then they could rock that chassis.
Well, if you want to rock a chassis, you're going to want to rock this next story. Rock a chassis right over to a lawsuit.
Ooh.
Kia has a class action lawsuit. Kia of North America on March 6th in a Pennsylvania court alleges violation of state and federal consumer laws. A guy bought a Kia and it broke.
Oh.
It's the really, really short version. Kia sold more than 130,000 vehicles, which had defective piston oil rings, which could cause engine damage and fires.
Yeah, you know. When
Stole, stiletto.
you got too much blow by going by your piston rings, it could cause a fire.
Recalled.
There's a gigantic pan of oil right underneath it.
Yeah, well, recalled February 2025, but the fix offered by Kia is inadequate, as the lawsuit claims.
Oh.
Purchased the car in 2021, the Kia Soul, in June 2021, believing it to be a high-quality vehicle, which...
Okay. All right, sure.
Maybe he liked the commercial with the hamsters. That's why he bought it.
When I wear a monocle, I like to think I'm rich.
And all squinty. But routine visits to the dealer, he says, they didn't say anything.
Oh. No.
Maybe you need a different Kia dealer.
Oh my God, you rolled up in this piece of shit? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you sure you don't want to talk to a salesman? Get a better one?
The lawsuit claims Kia's recall involves replacing the engine, installing piston ring sensing noise software.
Knock sensors.
Knock sensors? What?
They detect when there's a knock. So when there's like noise and stuff happening in there, pings, stuff like that, it sets off the knock sensor and it lets it know that it's not
great.
efficient.
So it won't go knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
That's true.
Things that you want to think of before you steal a Kia. Could it catch fire?
They don't tell you that in the TikTok video.
They don't. They don't tell you that in the TikTok video. We just stole it and now it's on fire. Oh no!
Oh my God. Oh man, that would make a great TikTok video though.
Yeah.
You're gonna steal the soul and all of a sudden it catches fire?
Now the locks don't work because of the fire. It melted it.
Stop, drop, and roll, man! Stop, drop, and roll. Hang on, I got the selfie stick.
I actually can do that. It's spacious in here.
Really, that did make a lot of room.
If you love your Kia Soul, write us at what I said earlier, PJ, internet page, tappity, tap things. On the fancy thinking box, if you find yourself over there.
And Facebook.com/Lugnutz podcast. That's where you're going to find all of our Luggy and Nutty Polish content. And you'll find all of the Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers media network over at PJAMDWH.com, where you'll see me doing Matt Plays. I have videos up there for Throne and Liberty, as well as Adamfall, which just came out on Game Pass. We also have Tales of the Hunted, Dope or Nope, silly little podcast coming soon, as well as our new podcast, Sex Ed and everything in between. So make sure you keep tuned to this channel for all of our Lucky and Nutty content, because it doesn't matter if you drive a Renault or if you drive a Dacia, because nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Until then, drive on!
Despite tariffs, Trump tells car companies, do not raise your prices.
Don't do it.
That'll work, right?
Don't do it.
That should do it. That solves the problem.
I said no. I said no.
Bentley's starting the construction of an EV assembly line.
Oh.
To make very, very heavy EVs.
Very heavy Bentley. So it's right on course for Bentley.
When you're in your Bentley, remember to check the bridge weight. Way too much, you'll get a huge fine and you'll collapse the bridge.
And end up on Lugnutz. Until next time, we love you, we miss you, and we want to see you then. Game on, boys and girls. Bye-bye.
Drive on Lugnutz.
Technically, it's still March.
It is.
And in March, it was one hell of a month for McLaren.
It was. Oh, man, it was.
1-2-1-2.
It was a hell of a start for McLaren. I mean, I hope they keep it up. Because a lot of times those people in the beginning of the pack, they like Ferrari, they're infamous for coming out ahead and then just sinking right back down.
Some teams are
Ferrari still struggling.
Some teams and some people are better at some tracks than others.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then you got especially with the Hamilton situation, he has a new guy in his ear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're not
used to a new car, new team. It's going to be a little bit of a break-in period. I still don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for him to.
I think he's within striking. It's early in the season. It's only race 2, so
we'll go to Japan next.
Japan is next.
So I'm excited for that one. Japan's always fun, especially with Yuki Tsunoda.
Is Japan a night race? It's a street circuit.
So. Yeah.
It's a street circuit and a night race, which means keep those tires off the white line.
And you got Yuki Tsunoda. He got bumped up, didn't he?
Yeah, I saw it on the internet page.
Which is great. He did great.
Up to
a lot better than
Red Bull. Yeah. But Yuki Tsunoda, I'm really happy for him.
He's got a lot of promise. He's got a lot of promise, and he's got he's been good. I've loved Yuki ever since we saw the stuff he did in F2. And, it's just great. So good for him, especially getting bumped up there. Not that Lawson just kind of didn't perform. So
didn't work out.
Him. So
this has been Formula One Corner.
F1 Corner, as always, we want you to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and find the very best Purge Hangers and Wall Hangers video for you right above my head, right above Big Brother's head. That's going to be every single Lugnutz podcast into a playlist, don't you know? And until we see you next time, drive on.
Drive on Lugnutz.